We're here at the PokerStars EPT London. We've got Liv Boeree with us. Hello Liv, how are you doing?
Very well, how are you doing?
I'm doing okay. It's a bit of an exciting experience for us. It's our first EPT, so
great.
we're on a steep learning curve, shall we say. Your results this sort of week have been quite interesting. You bubbled the UKIPT.
That's right, yeah, bubbled the UKIPT, a little bit annoying. I made a bad shove, I think, on the bubble. Well, in fact, I know it was a bad shove. And I walked into ran into kings again. So, yeah, it was what it was.
It happens to all of us. Unfortunately, not all of us have quite the skill of itself, so we come up with it a lot more often. Also, you've been doing really well online. I noticed you go quite deep in the Sunday Million quite recently.
Yeah, I haven't been playing that much online for the last 6 months or so. But yeah, I was out in UKIPT Cork, and I just finished that. So started the Sunday grind, just played a few tournaments, hopped in the Sunday Million, and ended up finishing 27th, I think, and it was a big one as well. So a little bit frustrating to be playing until sort of 5 in the morning, and then for not that much to show for it. But.
Yeah. Was that the one you were playing on your iPhone? Or?
Yeah, for like half of it I was playing on my iPhone because the internet in the hotel was awful and they kept disconnecting, and then I found out how to get onto another one, so eventually I was back on my computer when it really counted.
Well, thank God for small miracles. Eh?
Yeah.
I mean, your history, you came from an astrophysics background. What interested you in astrophysics? I have to ask.
I just loved physics at school. Maths and physics and geography and biology were like my 4 subjects that I liked the most. Knew I wanted to do physics at university really, and then the astro side of it. I'd always been interested in space and the bigger picture and that sort of thing. And so yeah, I decided to apply for that.
Would you consider yourself a geek?
Yeah, in some ways, for sure. I mean, yeah, I can nerd out on a lot of things, definitely. It's hard to sort of set an exact definition for the word, but I have been called a geek many times, and I'm happy to call myself one. Yeah.
Fair enough. I mean, what led you to poker? I know you did the reality stuff, but was there anything else behind it, or was it?
No, it was purely it. I mean, I didn't know the show was going to be about poker. I just was applying for game shows because I didn't really have anything else to do, and I seemed to be successful at getting on them, and I like doing them. And so yeah, it was another game show basically, and they it turned out to be about poker, and then I sort of learnt about the industry and the lifestyle and the celebrities and so on. I was like, wow, this sounds like a really, really fun thing to do. I want to see how well I can do at it.
Have you ever thought about if you were to leave poker, what you would go into? Would you go back to the science side, or would you? Or are you too?
No, I mean, I wouldn't. I'm too sort of far gone, I think, in terms of my sort of academic studies to actually. I mean, maybe I could if I really, really, really immerse myself back in it, but to go purely into academia, I think would be too. I'd find it too claustrophobic for me now. Like, I love sort of meeting. I love all the human interaction of sort of traveling the world, and sort of I love show business as well, that sort of thing. So what I would like to do, sort of at the same time as still playing poker, is to get back into science via TV. Maybe do some sort of science-related broadcast. Hello, BBC. That sort of thing is what I'd really like to get into, and I love the documentaries that are being made at the moment. With like Brian Cox and people like that, and they get to travel all over the place, be it with animals, adventure, danger, or just purely sort of an educational TV show. I'd love to get into that sort of thing.
I mean, you do quite a lot of work for the EPT Live guys. I have to be honest, I'm one of the people who sits there and watches.
You listen? Oh, good. Okay.
I'm also the guy who sent you the TED podcast.
Oh, that was you. Right. Fantastic. Thank you. No, it was helpful. Yeah.
You did mention a couple of broadcasts ago about something you and Vanessa yourselves came up with about the fact that you've never been a man at the poker table.
Right.
How did that come about? I mean, obviously you guys get asked the same question.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a result of that, always being asked, what's it like being a woman at the poker table? I'm like, well, I don't know. I've never been a man at the poker table, so I have no point of comparison. We were just thinking of, I guess,
belligerent answers to annoying questions. I can understand. I mean, do you actually think that the way poker media reports on the game is inherently sexist, or do you think it's opening up a lot more?
I don't think it's really. I don't think poker media is sexist in any way. I just think it's, it's their job to write stories that is going to garner reader interest, and if readers want to hear about women in poker, then they're going to have to ask those questions. And I mean, it's just one of those things. If I wasn't a woman in poker, I wouldn't be nearly as well known as I am. So it's just part of the sort of flip side of the coin. I don't mind being asked the question. It's I don't know. I like being a woman and I like being in poker. So ask me about it. That's fair enough.
What about the World Series Ladies event that's coming up? What do you think of what they've done with the 10k buy-in for men?
I mean, I don't know. I can see again both sides of the argument. I could see why you could argue that it's a little discriminatory, but I wouldn't care if they wanted to hold one event that's 1k for men and a 10k for women. I'd be okay with that. Like if they really want to do that, fine by me, because women have got one, so why not men? But people are getting on their high horse about it. It's not like it's the only event. There's 50 odd events. It's one tournament, and if there's a big market for it and it gets more people into the game and that they have fun and play the game, then what's the harm in it, really? And the fact that they have 2,000 or so women turning up excited every year, looking forward to it, and they wouldn't play the event if it was a completely open event, then they just let it happen. It's one out of thousands of tournaments a year.
I mean, do you think they are good for the game, the women's tournaments?
Yeah, I do think they're good for the game, because it's, like I said, a lot of the women, whether it's right or wrong, would not play if it was a mixed game, if it wasn't a mixed event. And, while a lot of us in the poker industry might disagree with that mindset, the point is it exists and there's a market for it. So if there's a market for it and it encourages people to play the game, which is what surely we all want, why fight it? If it started, where 40% of the events started being women-only events, then yes, I think that would be a problem. But it's like one or two events, maybe there'll be one at each stop, and it's a low buy-in, and just, let the women have their event if they really want, if they really want it, and if there's a desperate call for one or two men-only events as well, fine by me.
I mean, there's obviously the standard advice out there for people getting into poker. I mean, would you amend any of that for a young lady trying to get into poker? Same way, maybe not the same route you went through, but I mean, is there anything that you would advise people to do or not to do from your experience?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the whole sort of be extremely careful with bankroll. I would still always advise someone to getting into poker in any way is to just still keep it as a hobby and not just quit everything and drop out of school or quit their job or anything like that. You need to make sure that you have diversify your income. Now, obviously, I understand that it can be an issue for someone in a full-time job to then try and play poker full-time. It's impossible. So, see how you do at poker. You can still put in quite a bit of volume, in the evenings or on weekends, and if you start showing good results and you're proving over a large sample size to be a profitable player, then maybe you can consider sort of slowly weaning yourself off and just more onto poker, but always have other options, I think, is the thing to do. And I mean, that's what I always did. I always had, I never solely relied on my poker income. In fact, I've never relied on it. I've always had other ways and means of making money, and I would recommend that to anybody, be it, a business that you're running or employment.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I have to say, I'm a bit of a knucklehead. I'm a musician myself. I've worked in the industry on and off for years. Mm-hmm. I have to ask, I've seen some of the videos of you playing. How often do you get to play these days? How often do you get to take the guitar out?
Unfortunately, never. I mean, I've just bought an apartment in London. So for the last 3 or so years, my guitars have basically been in storage at my parents' house, and I just haven't played at all. But I can't put all the blame on the fact they're in storage. I mean, I just haven't had the burning desire to get it out and play. Those videos that are on the internet were filmed 4 years ago, I'd say, 4 or 5 years ago, and I was much, much, much better then than I am now. That said, I do believe it's something if I really knuckle down, I could get back into it. And I'm setting myself up a studio in my apartment, sort of to give me that kick up the arse I need to get back into it, because I loved it. You know, it used to just give me so much pleasure, sort of like hearing an amazing song and being like, I want to be able to play that. I want to learn that solo. But no, I never quite got to the level that I wanted to be at. I was okay, but I definitely wasn't a great guitarist.
Have you thought about putting a couple of poker players together, setting up a band, and just for fun? I mean,
I would love to. I mean, I'd always have a jam session. I actually weirdly have been getting, not that I can sing, but I really enjoy doing it. And I don't know, I like getting friends together and we just like have karaoke nights or singing nights. You know, I really do enjoy music. But I don't know if we'd ever have time to do a band. So
it would be. I certainly,
very time consuming.
I would pay money to come and see a band of poker players. I'm sure there'd be quite a lot of people.
I don't know if you'd just bring earplugs. Probably would be my recommendation. I mean, that said, there's a lot of talent in poker. You know, I know a lot of people that are very good at many different instruments. So.
Well, as we're at the EPT, we really should mention the event. You played day 1A yesterday.
Yep.
How'd it go for you?
It went well. I'm through with 56k, which is I think around average or just a little above. It went fairly smoothly. Pretty much just built up steadily. I got up to 75k at one point, and then in the last level bluffed off 20k. A stupid spot.
Sorry, you can't leave it like that. How great!
Oh no, I'm not going to tell the story. It just was bad. But I mean, it's fine. And then I was down to like 45, and I built back up to 56, and then the day ended. So you know, I'm happy. We're going into 400, 800, so bags of room.